What's going on? It's the brother Jay, and I'm back again with another thought of the day, man. My thought of the day is called Will Smith Suit? In other words, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? There's supposed to be this younger cat that's supposed to be suing Will Smith because of sexual intimidation and grooming. Grooming. Now, everybody knows out there that knows me knows I'm not a fan of Will Smith. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. I don't think he's part of this bullshit. He just tagging on because of, you know what I'm saying, the Diddy claims and, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers are really easy targets these days, you know what I'm saying? Now, grooming, you gotta understand, grooming means that a motherfucker invested in years on trying to get you to get on their sick program and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at this guy's photo and you look at his Instagram, you can tell he's at least bisexual, if not full blown gay. Okay? So people like that know who to target. You know what I'm saying? So go back to the grooming part, you know what I'm saying? Now, this guy looks like he's at least 24 years old, roughly, at least. So grooming, in case you're saying, you know, other people have a definition in their mind what grooming means. Grooming means that if someone sees you and says, hey, this person probably wouldn't be down with my program, but let me spend enough years and invest in trying to change this person's mind into becoming what I want them to become. That's grooming. That means it takes an investment amount of time. So this is what this guy said. He said, allegedly, and all this is in my own opinion. This, you know what I'm saying? Some of this is facts, but some of this is my opinion mixture, okay? But what he said was he was on tour and basically like Will Smith tried to like hit on him in a certain kind of way. So when he tried to report that behavior to somebody else and they fired him, now he's saying that, oh, it created emotional distress and oh, he was grooming me. Bruh, if he was grooming you, he wouldn't approach you unless he could seal the deal. That's why I don't believe this claim, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, again, I reiterate, I'm not a big fan of Will Smith. I mean, I do admire his rap style, but his lifestyle, nah, I'm not a fan of. So, but even I can see past the fog on this shit, like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. Nah, he ain't do that shit, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Will Smith might be many things, but he's not a dumb man. And he's not going to approach somebody that's going to just come out here and out him all flamboyantly like that. And check game. This is a lawsuit, you know what I'm saying? That means that it's going to civil court. If this shit really happened, bruh, he went to the police, man, and reported this as a criminal case. So that lets me know, no. Because he's not facing, like, you know what I'm saying, statute of limitation type of shit or anything like that. No. So if this had any legs on it, he would have went to the police. So that lets me know that's bullshit. Because he's hoping like this. I can already tell you what it is. He's hoping that if I take you to civil court, nigga, you know what I'm saying, you might be embarrassed because your name is out there, your face is out there on top of other shit, you know what I'm saying, what, you know what I'm saying, the entanglement and your wife, you know what I'm saying, the book she wrote and all this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying, you know, you're going to sit here and probably want to settle. Shit. If I was Will Smith, bruh, on Will Smith, or if I was Will Smith's PR team, yeah, I'd be like, man, fight that shit, bruh. Fight that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if there's any evidence of this shit, he would have been arrested. He would have been arrested. So why are you going to civil court instead of going to criminal court first? Then go to civil court, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's what lets me know this is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I hope, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, to be honest with you, look, all y'all artists out there and all y'all motherfucking entertainers out there, don't never be alone with no one except for whoever's your manager, your PR team, and a couple members of your posse. Don't never be alone with anyone. You know what I'm saying? Anyone's in the band and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? That's on tour with you and stuff like that. Any fucking fans around and shit. No. Don't never be alone. Because if a motherfucker try to talk some shit, you need to at least have one or two witnesses to simply say, he ain't do that shit, bruh. But if it's just you by yourself in a room with a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, who has ideas in mind that don't match yours, bro, you're gonna be set up. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers get too comfortable sometimes, you know, saying, because you feel like, you know, saying, you can, you know what I'm saying, identify with a person and you feel like they can relate to you and shit. And come to find out, this motherfucker was slimy from the get-go. First of all, let's rewind this tape. If a motherfucker, like, for example, like this, if a motherfucker knows for the record that, you know what I'm saying, Will Smith is at least bisexual, if not gay, okay? If you know this and you have a profile on your fucking Instagram and shit like that, that's showing you in compromising positions that could mistake motherfuckers to think that you might be gay, you know what I'm saying? If you hang around a person like Will Smith or stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, and you going like, yeah, honey, yeah, you don't think that nigga gonna hit on you? So why be around motherfuckers? That's the same thing like this. It's the same thing like, remember back in the day when they had all this allegations on Michael Jackson and stuff like that with the fucking Home Alone kid? You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the funny part about this. And this has also raised other questions, which means if you already hearing that this nigga like little kids, why in the flying, crawling, or sneaky fuck would you take your kid to be around this dude that like kids? So it's that same logic. You know what I'm saying? If you know that, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to figure out your identity, but you seem like you mostly relating on the gay tip, if not at least bisexual. You mean tell me that you gonna go around Will Smith and play for him and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, and smile and giggle in his face, and then look shocked or maybe surprised if he would have hit on you? You lined yourself up for that. Bruh, man, look. Let's say, for argument's sake, that I'm playing an instrument. Let's say I'm playing the trumpet. Okay? Excuse me. And I get a gig, you know what I'm saying, with someone per se like George Michael. I'm playing the fucking trumpet, nigga, you know what I'm saying? And once I play the trumpet, you know what I'm saying, I get deuced out and get paid and shit like that. I'm out of here. I ain't gonna sit up here and hang in front of George Michael's face like, hi, and I know you like sucking dicks and stuff like that, but I'm just gonna sit here and smile in your face and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? No. I'm getting paid to play that gig. I'm okay, sets closed. Hey, okay, it was a good gig. Y'all see, y'all have a good night, nigga. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hang around a person that's a known entity that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? In other words, if I know this motherfucker's gay, there's but so long I'll be hanging around this motherfucker before I just dip out and say, you know what, okay, have a good night, nigga. Hey. You know. So in conclusion, I want to say this, man. I don't believe that, you know what I'm saying, Will Smith did this shit. Now I know Will Smith is capable of, I won't say totally like Diddy like behavior, but he has his Diddy moments, you know what I'm saying? But at least you never heard about it. You know what I'm saying? Until Jada Pickett brought all this bullshit out and then wrote a book on the shit and all kinds of other shit. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you wouldn't have known about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people knew about Diddy over the years and stuff like that. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people knew about Will Smith too, but his shit wasn't that full blown like Diddy was. It wasn't that gigantic. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? This is some sad state of affairs or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When you got to sit there and be desperate enough because your career sucks and you need some kind of little clout on your name, that you got to sit here and you got a good gig. You know what I'm saying? And want to accuse a motherfucker of grooming? Bruh, and sexual harassment? Man, fuck out of here. I don't believe that shit. Anyway, I'm out of here. Deuces.